In this video, we are going to talk about transition services, secondary transition services. So just to orient you really quickly, if you hover over IEP down to secondary transition, you get the menu of the different elements that make up a secondary transition IEP. And then we're going to go right down to transition services. So the bottom line to review for transition services, these are activities that will support the student's post-secondary transition goals. So these activities, they can occur outside of the school and be facilitated by others. Very common that we might see here in our SpEd districts is that they might be facilitated by a VRS staff member. And the area of instruction on this page of the IEP must include the services listed on the services page of the IEP. So it can include instruction beyond that. And we really don't want to leave an area blank. It's best practice to indicate that the student isn't demonstrating a need at this time from the dropdown if that happens to be the case. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this in real time on a fake student, a fake IEP. So if I'm on that student's IEP forms, I'm going to scroll down to transition services. This is usually typically on that second page. Give it a moment to load. And in this instance, Billy is a student that after high school, he'd like to enroll in some post-secondary education in terms of becoming a graphic designer. And then eventually he has that goal to become a graphic designer. And so when we think about some transition services in the area of instruction, he is going to work on increasing his reading fluency. And in this case, he needs some specialized reading instruction. He also needs to increase his proficiency in some math concepts. So maybe in the area of geometry, for example, or how to calculate information on a large scale. Those might be some specialized areas that he is working on. Additionally, in terms of related services, really working on some guidance on the use of assistive technology devices. However, please know that there are a variety of drop-downs that might be applicable for a student that you are supporting. As always, we don't want to leave an area blank like I indicated. So if you need to, please indicate that the student is not demonstrating a need at this time rather than leaving it blank. Okay. The next area of community participation. In this case, Billy is not demonstrating a need at this time. However, once again, there are drop downs. That might be applicable for a student that you're supporting. So maybe Billy might need to participate in a work experience, or he might really need to participate in some sort of job shadowing experience so that he better understands what it's like to be a graphic designer. Okay. And then the development of employment and other post-school adult living objectives that we have here is that he's really going to work on researching requirements for admission to graphic design programs. Once again, many drop downs. Okay. And then the last one is, if appropriate, the acquisition of daily living skills and the provision of a functional vocational evaluation. So a student who might display needs in this area is really working on those foundational and functional skills like meal preparation or how to open or operate a washer machine and dryer, basic self-care like toileting, for example, or showering. That would be included in this area, but in our mock student, Billy isn't showing a need at this time. So once again, CMR covers that bottom line, which transition services include activities that will support the student's post-secondary transition goals. It needs to be connected to those post-secondary transition goals.